So, first of all, I'd like to ask you a little about yourself. You're very charismatic, very fun-loving, goofy person. But even with all this popularity, you still find a way to be more genuine to yourself, to be true to yourself. How do you let that happen?
Whenever I go to these like kind of events and I see all these people that like appreciate like my music and stuff like that, I think it just makes me feel very like humble because
Right.
it humbles me because the fact that I can just play something on YouTube and then all of a sudden all these people from Houston know me, it's like really wonderful and just like I think for me it's just I do what I love to do and
always great.
playing violin is just what I love doing, and the fact that I'm doing what I love and people are appreciating that, I think just really humbles me, and I think that's what keeps me like pushing harder
always
to
important.
just like keep my roots, I guess, right?
Of course. As you said, you were from New Jersey.
Mhm.
You don't really have the Jersey accent.
Yeah.
It's like I'm Jersey, you know.
Yeah, I don't know why people think New Jersey people have accents, but I haven't really met anyone that says like New Jersey.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah.
Were you born there?
Oh no, I was born in Korea, Seoul, Korea, and I moved here when I was 9.
When did you move back to Korea?
I didn't move back to Korea. I'm actually I went to school in Chicago for the past 4 years, and my hometown's still in New Jersey.
And you said your major was in film,
Yeah.
filmography. What do you aspire to be when you follow your career?
Eventually, I want to direct in the future, but right now I'm
Okay.
like really interested in like cinematography and just like everything. So everything.
Is there a certain genre that you want to focus on other than K-pop?
No, not really. I mean, I'm just kind of doing everything as I go, so anything that comes my way, I guess.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's very important. You're on this path of life where you've chosen to be a little difficult, but manageable. Do you think you can keep up with it? Is it tiring?
So I mean, right, I just graduated like last week.
Congratulations, by the way.
Yeah, I think it's kind of hard because like a lot of my friends are just graduating and they're getting like a full-time job, right? Like a steady income job. Whereas I'm like, oh, I'm gonna move to LA and I'm gonna do YouTube, and then I take a step back and look at that, and it's just kind of like, what if like YouTube disappears? It's really iffy, and it's really scary, honestly. So far, I've done what I loved, and I just like had a really strong passion for what I've been doing, and it's taken me pretty far, like to like this day. So I'm just hoping that if I just keep up that passion,
Absolutely.
I think
Follow your
it'll
dream.
be pretty good. Yeah, just do it. I think
You also mentioned that Korea is very fast-paced. When you first moved to Korea, how did you integrate yourself with it, or did it affect you in some way? How did you cope with it?
I mean, I like came to America when I was like pretty young, so I wasn't really used to that like fast-paced stuff, which is like more of modern Korea right now. So every time I go visit, it's kind of like hectic for me.
Right.
It's a little too overwhelming for me, but
Oh,
at the
okay.
same time, it's like the culture I never got to like really fully experience, which is why I enjoy it a lot.
Okay. Well, as someone who is at least experienced a decent amount in both cultures, in the American culture and the Korean culture, how do you integrate both of them into your life, or which one do you prefer the most?
I don't really have a preference. I really like different aspects of both of them. I'm fluent in both languages, but at home I speak in Korean, and I've been keeping up with like Korean culture like through like online resources too. So I can relate to both really well, but for me I think it's just kind of like the situation, I guess. If I'm with like Koreans, I can kind of like swap to just like Korean Bob mode, right?
Oh, okay,
But if I'm with
right.
Korean Americans, I can be like fully American too, kind of thing. So it's kind of like a nice like utility, I guess, that I have, because that I can just like switch back and forth.
Now, I know that your support group is always one of the important things in life, especially your parents. As your main support group, how do they feel about this? How have they supported you through all this?
So when I first started, I mean, my dad was kind of against it because I'm like putting myself on like social media and just like into the public, so it's
Right.
kind of like making myself vulnerable, kind of, right? I think they like fully switched when I did a collaboration in Chicago. They came to watch me perform for the first time,
Okay.
and then I won that show, and then ever since then, I think
They
for
kinda
them to
see.
see
Right.
like, oh, he's just posting videos on YouTube, that's not going to do anything, but then they came to a show and they're like, wow, he actually has these many followers and he won that competition just now. So I think that really like gained the trust like, I mean, they've always trusted me my entire life and all the decisions I made, but since this was kind of like a life-changing like decision, they're very supportive, and like my dad watches my videos all the time, so.
For the songs you perform, is there any particular ones that you prefer? or the ones that your favorite?
The ones that are my favorite are the ones that I wanted to do the cover of, kind of, because a lot of my songs are influenced by like my followers. Like I kind of play what they want to play. I don't really think music has like a barrier in like genres and everything. I think everything's like honestly like just like combined. So I don't really have a preference.
Right.
But I do have like a couple favorite covers. But yeah, I don't really have a preference. I like all of them. Yeah.
Again, as I said, you're a very fun-loving, goofy person who's also very focused, and you know what you're doing. You're very precise. You're obviously very hardworking, and it shows that in your performance and your videos. So I know that takes a lot of hard work and effort. Exactly, how do you manage all that?
Like back in college, it was really hectic because I had to deal with going to classes and like keeping this up. But I think for me, it's like once I start something, I can't stop until it's done, kind of thing.
Okay.
So starting YouTube was kind of like that same thing. I can't just stop. And then all these like little projects, like including like classwork projects, stuff like that.
Right.
Once I started, I can't stop. I kind of like overloaded like work on myself, but lack of sleep throughout the past 4 years really helped, I think. So yeah, I actually don't really manage it that well. Like if I do too well on something, let's say if I'm like focusing on academics too much, then obviously the other stuff will go down. And I also like danced in college, so it's like a triangle kind of thing. Like for me, it was like YouTube, dance, school, right, and then also friends and stuff like that. So it's just like it's kind of like just like a stand, and then if something goes bad, something goes well, It's just like,
you were talking about how you're involved in b-boy. How did you get into b-boy and performing in violin?
dancing I got into because in college I just joined the dance crew there,
Okay.
and then I just auditioned, and then I happened to get in, so I just been dancing with them for like the past 4 years.
Okay.
That's how I kind of got into it, and then eventually I was like, what if I dance K-pop? And I did, and then the reaction was nice, so I just did it more.
Did that kind of follow for your violin as well?
I mean, people just like dancing, I guess, because like violin covers can get kind of boring.
Okay.
If I'm just sitting there playing the violin for like an hour. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it definitely helped like bring up the energy.